doing tonight?
We're doing fantastic, Mark. It's another awesome night of curling.
Yeah, we got a lot to live up to after last night's epic
Yeah.
match between Morizumi and McEwen. And look to have another one between another Canadian rink taking on a rink from Pacific Asia region.
I don't think we can have another curling game like last night's 2-hour and 45-minute 8-end marathon.
Yeah, no, but expect to have a good one here. This one does have some playoff implications here, as Kaitlyn Law's rink is 3-1 heading into this, and Fujisawa's 2-2. So trying to maybe sneak in. I think it's the top two from each pool go to the playoffs.
Yeah. And I was looking. They've played 4 times, and Kaitlyn has won the first 2, and Fujisawa has won the last 2. So
Really,
yeah,
that's interesting. Yeah, wouldn't have thought they would have had that many matchups. I think, for me, I still think of Kaitlyn being very much associated with with Jennifer Jones, but I guess it's been a while. She's been out on her own.
I think some of those are still when she was playing third for Jennifer, so they don't really fully count, but she still played them.
Interesting setup so far. We've got corner guard, rocks in the ring, and a guard that's a little bit off center, but definitely some room to operate here.
Yeah, this is an interesting strategy tactic from Fujisawa. Without last rock, ignoring a rock in the rings and coming around this her own corner guard.
Looks to be coming in just nicely.
Yeah, it's a great shot. It's pretty tight guard. So not a lot of danger here.
No, not a ton here. Looking to run this back and kind of roll towards the middle.
Yeah, what they want the most here is to hold the shooter. If they can hold the shooter on the rings, if they miss the back one, they don't really even care. The key to this shot is to hit and roll to the center line on the rings.
Taking a quick peek over at the YouTube chat, looks like we've got quite a few people, over 300 people watching us there. So thanks for joining us, for those that are watching some evening curling here in North America. And then I guess it would be
morning, I believe.
Early morning over in Japan.
Yeah. So here's the question. After coming around the corner guard just to force a half miss, do they like coming around this tight center?
I mean, yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, why not?
Well, the danger is that if they run back that tight center, it's not that tight, I guess, but if they run it back, you're coming around their rock.
That's true, yeah. And then they could always stuff it and then leave their shot rock covered behind their guard. So
yeah,
a little bit of risk involved if you make it, but not
it's
afraid
always
to mix
nice
it up.
To be first. It's always nice to be first in.
Yeah. I think that's kind of the thing we've seen here all weekend here. In Edmonton, it's just teams trying to put each other into like kind of tricky positions here.
Yeah.
And I like this aggression here. Gonna have to go for weight here. Coming up a bit short here. Out of the rings. I suppose it's splittable later, but no need to mess with it now. Just hit the open one and sit 2 if you're lost.
Yeah. She's hoping for a nose hit here.
So I believe we are on first of Vice's rocks here. I believe that was Selena who just made that hit. A little bit roll to the inside.
Yeah, that's a decent result. So probably gonna. Oh, I was saying, it's easier to draw a rock to a spot than hit and roll a rock to a spot, but it's very, very risky to ignore those rocks and start drawing to the center. So they're going to play hit and roll inside.
Because of the stagger on those guards up front, they've got some leeway to roll here, so definitely think this is the call, even if it was just a single guard. This one here is just hanging out a bit wide, so I don't know if they were trying to audible and get a little bit of a slash double, but
Well, they were sweeping it for curl, so they had the sweeper there to try to get it to curl. If it curls up a little bit, if it stays out a little bit more, you might make the double.
they might have
might
made it, yeah.
roll out.
Rolled out, yeah, exactly.
I think they'd much rather this, like hitting here on the wing for now, and get a little aggressive later on.
This one should roll
to look and
towards
roll.
the inside.
It's
nice shot there.
Yeah. Again, I think they would have, if they could have drawn it up, they would have loved to have nose hit there to make this roll a lot wider, but you got to make it.
Yep, still got to make it. So it's basically whoever's able to make the roll here first. Sweeper's on this hard here. Definitely crossing the face here.
Yeah, it looks like it might roll out.
See if we're hitting it. Yep. Sweeper's doing a good job just to hit it thick enough. It will roll and end up settling for what appears to be
a tight little measure. So Kaitlyn on her first is deciding. It looks like Fujisawa has hammer in this end. So Kaitlyn's just gonna nose hit this and see what happens, see what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Just play a nose hit here, and you might see Fujisawa come around this mess in the middle anyway, even if she nose hits this.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking here. Dynamics changed just a little bit with that rock being behind the tee, yeah?
Yeah, I think so. But if it's shot rock, it's risky to go around this center line guard this early. You know, it's the first end. Get out of this first end with a force in your... It's great. Looks like a nice nose hit. I think almost no hesitation to play this in-turn draw.
Yeah. Wow, over 500 people watching us on Curling Zone YouTube. That's awesome.
And we were watching. If you were watching the practice ice at the very beginning, Fujisawa played her draw to the button on the other side of the sheet, not on this side of the sheet.
Oh, not on this sheet here.
Just on the they played the in-turn the other way. Shouldn't really impact it, but they've been here for a few days, so
yep.
Should know the ice. They should know this.
Yeah, a little bit later, late draw in the day, so we'll see how it holds up through the rest of the game. It definitely impacted.
Got a lot of room yesterday, but they can come down to the back one and be shot.
And it does.
It's not bad. Forces the shot. You've actually got to be a little bit concerned about this, because if she dead freezes or if she's not quite frozen on that back red, she might have set up the double off the yellow. 4-2.
Yeah.
She's
So
choosing to put another turn, and actually, she's not even freezing to the back one. She's choosing to go going aggressive and going T-line here.
yeah, I think I like that call for just those reasons you mentioned, right? I mean, you can always just go top 4, and then if you're heavy, go to the backing, I suppose here. But
Well, with this turn, it makes that angle, like if she kind of corner freezes onto the back one, not over buried, then it takes away the double. If you play the in turn and you're a bit on the outside, you might actually leave the double for 2. So this, if you come down to the back one, you almost never leave the double for 2. Also, you just have a better chance at burying here, burying on the button and put some pressure.
final rock for Kaitlyn Laws. Plenty of room to work with here.
Yeah, that's really got a
good 8.
It's
got a curl,
it will
though.
finish at the end. They like the weight, it looks like. So it
Yeah,
should finish.
I think they're a little hesitant to go because of the weight here.
Yeah, it's an excellent result.
Does finish here.
Question is, can you come down with backline weight and push it past that back?
Dig it out, yeah.
I don't think so. But Kaitlyn got by the guard by a solid rock. So like they were by the guard by a lot. So if you do skinny this guard and it's moving, you might be able to. This is just a situation where you have weight is so critical. Like the weight that you want to throw is probably just enough to get it to the back line on its own, and then hope it's curling and let the sweepers take it.
Yeah, they do have a little bit of luxury that it is kind of, the back red is pretty much frozen on it, so they can afford to maybe chip it a little bit, but not too much.
Possibly. They're also thinking that they can. So they're thinking that they can also hit a quarter rock and make this over the top with a little bit more weight.
Okay.
So it looks like that's what they're actually playing. They're playing sort of the double on the 2 yellows and trying to get it over the top of the back red.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's interesting. Final rock for Team Fujisawa. Just hitting a third quarter.
Yeah.
Oh,
just tick the guard.
So that is gonna be a steal of 1 for Kaitlyn Laws. Fujisawa will keep the hammer down 1-0, and we'll have the second in for you just after this break. And we're back.
Yeah, that was fun end.
Yeah, definitely fun end. A little bit more open, a little bit more space than we've seen in some of the earlier games, but definitely still a lot to think about here. So
yeah,
Fujisawa looking to rebound from giving up that steal after wrecking on the guard, sets up their corner. Team Laws has got 1 in the rings and then 1 on the center line here.
Yeah, and with that guard over, just coming a little tight and over curling a bit, it opens up. That's going to open up this corner guard because they can hit this, roll to the outside, and if they manage to roll to the back 8, and Kaitlyn hits it, you might see Fujisawa just ignore it and go around her corner.
Yeah. Thanks for all the people that are joining us on the Curling Zone YouTube page. We've got over 600 people watching us. There are plenty of games that are being broadcast tonight from Edmonton here. The Stu Cells did wrap up earlier, so we've got this event, and then plus I think there's the Youth Olympic Games finals kicking off pretty soon here. But if you head over Curling Zone, you can get updates on all the games and all the scores and links to all the streams. But I believe this is the only one with commentary. So if you like some people talking about curling with some strong opinions, you've come to the right place.
So here's a strong opinion. That rock just went sideways, and I think it grabbed something
Yeah,
as it was coming in, and they ended up hitting and rolling behind a guard they had no business rolling behind.
yeah. One
They
of
couldn't
those
even see the whole thing, and they got inside
fortunate picks or
with,
something.
yeah, with a significant amount of weight. And Kaitlyn's team, they just shake it off and play this freeze. Sometimes you don't get breaks in curling, and then what you have to do is just shake it off and make your next shot.
Draw around to, let's see here. Yep, just full 12, almost by the 8-foot. Fujisawa. Not electing go to me on the corner, but just rather kind of stack something on their corner freeze.
Yeah, they might think about going around that corner. This corner freeze doesn't. The corner freeze isn't. If you bounce out, like there's some risk with the corner freeze,
Yeah.
but I mean, if you come around that corner and sit buried, you have a good chance too. So they're going through all of they're thinking about all the options, right? Corner freeze on the top yellow, and you're basically playing pretty aggressive. You could also come around your own corner guard,
Mm-hmm.
forces Kaitlyn to make a real decision about what she wants to play. Tap her yellow or play this outturn freeze onto the shot rock and just try to keep the rocks in the middle. Or peel that center. So she thought about peeling the center as well. And it's not really a peel, it's more like a hit and roll.
Hit and roll to the other corner.
Yeah, just hit and roll to the other corner. So she decided to go with the sort of the middle of the aggressive ones, right? So with the hit and roll to the corner being the least aggressive. She's going for come around this corner, which is gonna leave Kaitlyn with a question of what she wants to play next.
Yeah, exactly.
It's one awesome part about this shot is that it's not obvious what the next shot is. So you might see them have a little conversation here about whether or not they want to go, or whether or not they want to play a little more cautiously.
Ooh. This one runs a hair deep, but kind of in a tricky spot. Just maybe
No conversation. She's
third
just
buried.
playing the hit and roll. I think the simple fact that they can see 3/4 of it just takes away any thought about whether or not they should. If it was dead buried, they might have had a conversation. But
Yeah.
since they can see this, and it's not completely buried, so it's quite hittable. That made the shot selection automatic. It's a good looking shot.
This one will end up spinning back towards the center line, ends up settling back 8-foot. Now Fujisawa with the decision here.
I think she's just going to try to make it better this time. Still
Yeah.
come around the corner and try to make it better.
Had 2 rocks down this path now, and should be.
They're debating about freezing to the one that was just thrown.
Yeah, I think that kind of comes into play, but then Kaitlyn goes on top, and then you're kind of racing there.
So they might be hesitant around coming around this corner guard because they're just guessing the ice so much. It looks like what they're trying to do is go to the open side, basically back 8-foot to sit 2 on the open side in the back.
Yeah.
So the logic here is that they want to kind of waste a couple of rocks. Like they want to sit 2 right now, but they don't need to sit 2 great. They're sitting 1 great. So they want to just kind of like sit 2. The idea is to sit 2 but not get yourself into trouble.
That one was just through. Wait.
Yeah,
maybe even easy hack. Yeah. So now Kaitlyn's got a decision where she can start opening up this middle here, and
I think she's going to keep it. I think you're going to see her play this outturn freeze.
Yeah.
On the top one. We're only on thirds first here. So, half an end to go. You're looking at just kind of like corner freezing on that red, and it's going to be a pretty lonely red. I will say that the ice looked a little bit on the tight side, but
It did. But
it
I
should
suppose
be. It looks like it's going to be okay.
I suppose they don't mind bumping that red either if they're catching it, right?
Yeah, just said. Oh, that's a not bad result because it pokes the yellow out a little bit more. The yellow that was on center line, so now that yellow can be more easily promoted onto the red.
Yeah.
But the problem is that this yellow is wide open, and they might if they can get a little bit inside here.
Inside, yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a dangerous rock for Team Fujisawa. So if they're able, they definitely need to make a play on it. And if they ever get to the inside, and they should be able to get to a second shot here.
Well, if they can get a hair to the inside, then you're definitely gonna see either a run of the guard or try this yellow. You're probably gonna see Kaitlyn run the guard if they get inside.
This one appears to be maybe a hair up.
Well, this could.
If this
what you don't want to do is make it for her.
Yeah, they didn't.
Oh,
wow. Yeah, it didn't seem to be concerned about trying to carve it over. But maybe it was just. It got to be more weight than they were asking for.
Yeah, I think it was just overthrown a bit. So now the question is, do you promote the yellow or try this slash double on the reds? That's what they're talking about. The slash double on the reds has a bit less risk.
Yeah. If I think the slash double on the reds.
They chose to just play this hit and roll inside.
Because I think if you run back the yellow, you might get unlucky. You might stuff it on the back.
Yeah. They're looking to be edge on edge behind the center line guard. So just make it so that they can't hit and roll inside, but bury a quarter of an inch, a couple of millimeters, whatever your desired measurement choices are. You want to just bury it a bit.
Yeah. And that's a good down weight from Selena there.
That's almost perfect. That is a lonely, lonely red rock. Now you gotta probably have to play this intern around.
Yeah, just draw everything and just maybe go back 4.
Yeah,
or even back 4 is dangerous too. Yeah.
Even half open top button. That has.
I don't like that.
I think they're looking at I think the team wants to maybe peel the guard. But this shot right here comes with some risk.
Yeah. Last of Vice's rocks here.
Looks like they're sweeping it for. Line. It's coming up nice.
Yeah, this is much better weight.
It's a good looking shot.
Catch the back one. Oh, thought they might catch the back one on the way.
That was a good result.
Well,
intern draw to the back. This is the shot that the last shot from the first one in, right? If you can get this to the back 4 foot and be shot, just full back 4 foot, and then they freeze and you freeze, then they don't have a shot.
Are you surprised? Is would it ever make sense to just maybe tap the yellow that's kind of like top 8, top 12 there?
Yeah, like this whole end has just been driving towards that shot. The risk is that your shooter's going to roll out, and if you ever do miss that back one, or your shooter's going to not out of the rings, like your shooter's going to roll
Yeah.
to the 8 foot. And if you ever do miss that back one, you open up, then she comes in and freezes on the top of it. And now all of a sudden you bring 3 into play. So it is a kind of a make
Yeah.
it or you're in trouble shot. Whereas this, like if you can go back 4, like you can visualize how you're going to steal with this one. Or worst case scenario is a force to 1.
This one's coming in nicely here.
This is a good looking shot.
A little bit of that knifing action there. Just gets back button. Very well done.
Yeah, so that's like, so you kind of think about it, right? Like now all of a sudden it's hard to see a scenario where they're going to get a deuce without a miss by you. Right? Like it's going to be real tough. Like they could pick that out and then you throw it again, and then like there's almost no way that they can sit 2 now. Fujisawa has almost no shot at sitting 2. I think what they're talking about is what is like a setup shot. Yeah. What can we play right now to set us up for a chance at that last rock? There was a little talk about.
Are you talking about?
I think what they're talking about here is trying to hit the yellow onto the red onto the yellow.
Okay. So just a hair high side, yeah?
So yeah, like 1/8 of a rock, a bit more than a thick 1/8, I guess. And as it's going past, just catch it. Just catch that red. That's their hope. So these rocks are pretty lively, right? This is, you don't want to try this at home. But if they want to hit this a lot thinner than they think they want to hit this, you almost want to try to hit it to miss that back red. It's gonna be unless they're playing something else unless they're playing a tap. That doesn't look like tap ice to me. That looks like
that's what I was thinking. I mean, it'd be nice to keep the shooter around here,
Yeah, I think they're gonna lose.
But
I think it might be just like a control weight tap, like a control weight, and instead of they're not trying to lose that back red one, but they're still trying to hit yellow
for line. Does make contact, and
just like that.
Yep. So
it's a good result.
Does open it up.
It does.
Now Kaitlyn can go just like top 4?
She's button? The ideal situation here is she's currently sitting 1, right? So the ideal situation is to try to sit top button, sit 2. Yeah. 3/4 to fully buried. Yeah, even
like Christmas tree a little bit.
Yeah, like if you dead split the center line would be perfectly ideal, right? Just give them a little bit of the outside of the back one. It really, this comes down to the sweepers. Like if it's curling, then you want to make it. You certainly want to. If it's coming pretty hard behind the guard, then you absolutely have to sit 2. If it's hanging out there, you don't absolutely have to sit 2, but then you have to make sure you're guarding the back one. So I think Kaitlyn just throws this and a lot of communication between the team to decide where it's going to be and where it's going to end up.
Final rock for Kaitlyn Moss. Wants to be above the tee, ideally sitting 2 here.
So it's pretty far out there, but it's starting to bend, which means that it probably should be, the weight should be pretty good.
Close. I think it's maybe a hair light. I think they're just, yep.
Yeah, so it's just going to be a guard. I think there's a chance. Got to go way out, but there might be a chance.
Well, I think they're looking at the
Oh,
double
look
here.
at that. Yeah. Sure. They looks like again a quarter rock double.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the easiest way here.
I think you
Yeah.
could probably follow it down and tap this the way that it curls. But this double is very intriguing. You'd probably have to play the out turn at this double.
Yeah.
Which is because you then have to put the rock, you have to put the broom kind of at the middle of the rock, which is again hard. It's a hard shot to throw. Mentally, this is an easier shot to visualize.
Yeah.
And it's an easier shot to, this is just like come down to it and let the sweepers tap it. They only have to tap it.
Exactly, yeah.
And
half a
2
rock,
inches, right?
Yeah, so we're looking for maybe, back 8.
Yeah, I think
Back 8,
you
back
even
12.
you think about throwing this T line and let your sweepers do the rest. So she's got a little bit tighter ice than Kaitlyn had, just a hair, and you let your sweepers pound it. This again brings in a steal of 1 though, because they are going to be flirting with that guard.
Final rock, Team Fujisawa. Just looking for a little tap. Sweepers on it early, saying
She
it's
tends to throw it
down.
a little inside out, so she's got a little bit of a
having to go hard. I think they've got room here, just the weight now.
It does look like it's got room. They seem
got
like
room.
It could.
Now it's got to carve it in. That's well done.
Yeah, that's a good shot. It's a good solid deuce.
A little bit of a panic there, but
yeah,
well,
good sweeping by the front end.
Well managed by the front end. So Fujisawa gets their deuce. They'll take a 2-1 lead. Team Laws will have hammer in the third end after this break. All right, we are back. My name is Mark Note, joined on commentary by Matt Haim. We've got a good one here between Team Fujisawa and Kaitlyn Laws here. This is the 17th draw, wrapping up round robin play at the Saville Shootout in Edmonton, Alberta.
Oh, we might have an open end here. We'll see. They're going to try to throw another center. First center just came into the rings, so hit it and rolled out.
Yeah.
So we're certainly gonna have less guards anyway.
Well, they get this end set up. We'll take a quick peek at some of the other games going on. So, a lot of curling going on. I think, is this the last draw of the night? This has got to be last draw of the night, yeah?
I think so, but I don't know.
Just know they have a lot of stuff. But for updates, you can head on to curlingzone.com, and from there you can see which games we'll have streaming. But this will be the only one with commentary for tonight, I believe. But taking a quick peek, we got Einerson up 3-0 over Cameron. And then there's Team Grandy up 2-1 over Team Hunkin. Carrie Lucia up 3-0 over Richards. Kayla Skrillex up 2-1 over Sturmay. Mark's up 2-1 over Team Homan. Then we've got Gray Winters and Team Jones. They're blanked so far. Team Martin and Tabata is 1-1. And Team Brown up 3-0 over Team Anderson. And then we also have Team Gim taking on Team Hartwell, and they are 2-1 there.
We were trying the split here on our sheet, just a little tick. Could have been maybe just a little bit more weight than Kaitlyn was looking for.
Kaitlyn rearranging the rocks in the back there.
Yeah. Just making sure that the yellows are on the yellow dot and the reds are on the red dot. I always do that too.
Yeah. See, that's something I don't think about being an arena curler. You know, we set up before our games and then take the rocks off the ice
You guys are just
afterwards.
happy that the rocks are there on the ice and away you go,
Oh,
right?
yeah. We had to learn to curl earlier today, and this is our first one of the season. And we had to check to make sure that they had the rock cooler on, which thankfully it was, but the rocks were pretty warm.
Yeah, that's rough because you can't really cool them down by throwing them, because then they just, when they sit and then when they stop at the other end, they just sit there and melt into the ice.
Oh yeah.
Well, here we go. We got some after trying to keep this a little tiny bit clean, we're coming around a couple of staggered center guards. So it looks like we're going to have ourselves an end here. Will intern come around?
Yeah, we'll see what
Rotation.
Jocelyn has for us. This is really tight
This
already.
is going, yeah. This might crack the guard.
And we're gonna have a lot of guards in play here.
Might have been just a little bit quieter than needed. Just a little light, and it went like crazy. It's not a horrible result for Laws, because there's coming around wide. It's a really high guard, so if you get by tight, you're going to end up being behind the two reds.
Yeah. Yeah, you can definitely, with the length of that guard, you definitely have some room to overbury here.
Well, you can see how much more ice she's taken than Kaitlyn just took too. It's like something that I'm noticing is that they're not taking the same ice for shots.
Is this? There seems to be maybe a hair heavy, but
I don't know. They're on it to get it sweeping. They got by the guard by a lot.
Yeah, we had plenty of room here. And looks like just pretty much right on the button here.
Just get out. Just move these rocks. It's not a super dangerous situation. Just rearrange.
Rewind to slam the yellow into one of the reds there.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe even both of them if you're lucky. And
now, could you make a case there? It says you could have done that maybe with quieter weight, just to roll the shooter into your corner.
Hold your guard for a shooter. Yeah, you can. The risk of that is that you don't have as much control. Like, Jocelyn throws it pretty hard, so you put the broom where you want to hit it, and then the result is she's going to hit it around there. Whereas with a little quieter weight, you have to take off the rock a bit more, and then you have less control, right? So if you ever nose hit it, then you're not out of that. You're in trouble again.
Having to car this one here, get it to the center line, and coming right to the broom.
Yep.
Now, which double are we playing here?
I think I think you run back this center line one. It's tight-ish.
Yeah, a bit tighter, so you take a crack at it.
You put the broom where you want to hit it. You throw the out turn. You throw a peel, and you take a lot of the guess out of this. If you can throw it good, it should stay right there. And these ladies can throw it good, so.
Yeah. First rock for Selena Negum in this end. This one's coming up. It's going to be pretty close.
Yeah, might have just
offset.
Might have just over curled a bit on them there.
Yeah.
think she was hoping that it curled a bit more.
Yeah, I think they kind of maybe just got caught in between.
They just got caught in the middle of it. Never swept it, so they were hoping it would just curl a bit more. We'll see a long guard, higher the better.
Yeah.
Because they're probably gonna hit this rock. They're not at the point yet where they're gonna come in, so they're gonna take one more crack at it. So if this rock stops in front of the yellow, they're gonna hit it. So the farther away from that yellow you can be, the better.
Sweepers on this early, but
Yeah, they're on it right
inside
away.
sweeper here. So maybe a tad worried about line here.
Mine looks pretty good,
They're just
although
trying to hold it up. It's gonna over curl, but
it's gonna overbend a lot.
yeah.
I think the yellow run back is still there. Now it's a question. Now again, you got to throw a little bit more of a control weight to make it, but I think you can make it.
Oh yeah, I think that's there all day. Yeah, you got if anything, you guard the high side there. You can't afford to over curl that guard. But not putting the broom down right away here.
Plan looks like a
little firm
normal.
Here. Yeah, a little bit more weight than I would have thought.
I might play this with a little bit less weight.
That's what I was thinking.
They're talking about it right now, but they feel pretty confident about normal weight. It's a big shot.
Sweeper's off this.
Yeah, you have to believe it curls,
I have
right?
to curl here. I think it's just gonna get it just a hair
Yeah,
thin.
no, it's not gonna make it.
Yeah, and I think that's the danger of kind of playing with that way. With a little bit less weight, you can manage it a little bit more.
You got to throw a perfect shot when you throw normal at that. It's got to be so right on. You could be a little bit more aggressive, throw a bit less, give it to the sweepers, and have a bit more control over it. If that was open just a little bit more, you might have seen them throw it even harder. But it was just a smidge buried, so it had to curl. It definitely had to get pretty close to the guard with normal weight.
Yeah, and there's enough separation with the guard. I think they could have gotten around it here. So
yeah,
if you're a Team Fujisawa, are you happy with this ice here? Or would you be okay taking a hair more, knowing you have some tolerance on the high side?
Yeah, like I think what you want to make sure you do is not over curl this, and it's very easy. The rocks finish so hard at the end. Again, though, in this, she does have a tendency to slide a little inside and then pop her in turn. So I think you'll see. I think this should be fine for line.
Inside sweeper going early out of hand here. But now this is coming in. This should settle into a really nice spot here.
So Kaitlyn's coming around to the button now. I think you'll notice that the ice that they take is going to be a lot different, just in the way that they throw the rocks. So I think for me, if I was throwing that guard, I would have taken a little bit more ice than Fujisawa did. But she knows the way she throws the rocks, so a little tighter ice, slide a little inside and pop it out.
Yep. First rock from Kaitlyn lost. Just looking to draw around everything. Get top 4, bite the button here. Just cleaning by Jocelyn Peterman. Now just going a little bit. This one's coming in maybe just a hair heavy.
Well, they're still sweeping it, so
They're sweeping it. Man, it looked like it was just a touch
it looked
heavy.
like it was flying. Oh, this is the same shot she just threw last end, basically, right? Like just a little intern tap, get it out of the forefoot.
Yep.
Roll your shooter out. She's taking
Just a little bit less than the guard here, it looked like
Yeah.
initially. Yeah, I mean, that's maybe 2 broom heads inside of where she was thrown for
for
guard
the
ice.
guard.
Throwing
I'm
back line here.
surprised it's that much ice actually. But well, let's see. She might change it. Let's see. The weight is just like a back line.
Yeah, back line.
On its own.
Last rock for Fujisawa. Looks maybe a little bit up indicated by the sweepers, having to go on the outside to try to
outside
get
sweeper
to curl.
That looked like a little bit. That looked like a lot of ice to me, but it's coming. It's starting to carve.
Coming. There it is. It's gonna make contact. Is it gonna hit it thick enough?
Yep.
Mission accomplished. Team Fujisawa is sitting 1-2 here, and Kaitlyn will just have to remake this draw to get her single.
Yeah, so just same shot, skipper.
Yep.
You know, front end says same thing. Everyone said same thing. You just way to go.
They say that's the easiest shot. I somewhat would disagree. Just do the same thing, yeah.
Yeah, just do the exact same thing you did.
Last rock for Kaitlyn loss. Jocelyn just cleaning it. Now going a little bit on the sweep here. Maybe a hair lighter than the last one. Should be pretty close.
They gotta go. Yeah, they're both going.
They gotta go now.
This could be trouble.
Is this gonna get to the 8th?
Definitely.
Wow, that one surprised them.
Yeah.
Fujisawa, the steal of 2 here. They'll take a 4-1 lead. Laws will have hammer the 4th in just after this break. All right, we are back with you in the 17th draw of the Saville Shootout in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Got a good match between Team Fujisawa and Kaitlyn Laws. My name is Mark Go, joined by Matt Haim here on commentary.
Yeah, so that big steal of 2 has really changed the complexion of this game. So you're going to see Fujisawa go into the rings and go full on defense, and you're going to see Kaitlyn throw another corner guard here and really work towards getting a deuce this end.
Yeah, trying to get something going here, and I've got to say, it seems to be the difference here is the sweeping here on the front end. They've made some shots for Fujisawa, and I think they were just a little hesitant on Laws' last shot. They didn't seem to be pounding it, but it ended.
Yeah, they didn't seem to be panicking, considering it was
8 feet short.
Ice is changing a little bit.
Yeah.
Or I don't know, but she's coming right around this corner guard. Instead of throwing another corner, she's going right behind the guard.
Seems to be a little early to do that, but
yeah, it's you throw another corner guard. I think one of the things that she's probably thinking about is if you throw another corner guard, you sometimes choke off your own draw to the forefoot.
Yeah.
So like if you keep one side open, you're not choking off. Like she still has the in-turn draw to the button now. She doesn't have an out-turn draw to the button.
Yeah. And
so it's both. Like you just make sure your guard is way out there if you do throw guards, so you can stop that. You can still have a draw to the button.
Yeah, and still plenty of curling to go. Still got 5 ends to go here, right? And this could look very different if you end up wrecking on the guard here. So asking for just a hair more ice here for this.
Yeah, you don't want to completely flash it, but you also don't want to rip the guard because then it goes back.
This one's coming up, and
Oh, that's a good shot.
good thing they asked for more ice.
Kaitlyn started running up there thinking it was going to tick, and then it
Uh,
was a good result.
Again, another shot well managed by the sweepers
Yeah,
there.
yeah. So now you come around this corner guard. They're going to rip. You got some rocks in the rings, though, to work with. It's, you want to try to get out of this end with a deuce. A single makes things a little bit more mathematically hard. A deuce makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah. I don't know if she set this one out a little bit, but this one's got to curl a mile here.
This one has got to curl a lot, yeah. You try to take it back as far as you possibly can. I got by the guard by a lot. They're really just struggling with where to put the broom, and could be just releases.
Yeah.
They're just going to be in hit mode here. Just hit everything.
Yep.
If we were to walk into the ring, they would hit us.
This one here's got to curl a touch, but should get to it.
It's going to be fine. As long as you hit it. As long as you don't. As long as, they're just...
Yeah.
The one danger, it's not really necessarily a danger, is that there are a lot of rocks in the rings.
Yeah. Yeah, so at that point, do you almost want to try to catch yours on the way by? A little counterintuitive, but now Kaitlyn can kind of
what would be great is if you can just come down with a little tap weight and keep some of these rocks in the back of the rings.
Yeah.
Just kind of just tap this. Even if you imagine tapping this rock behind the yellow corner, and your shooter rolls over into that little pocket.
Yeah.
You put a little back catcher back there, and your yellow rock is really hard to remove. I think that's what they're thinking.
No, it seems like a lot of weight for it. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I would play. I would start trying to think about how to use these rocks.
Yeah.
The weight was pretty good. The weight was they're not taking anything out, so
yeah.
The weight was okay. There's only one way to peel this with the intern. So it's going to be gone, and then I think you're going to see Kaitlyn draw into that little pocket.
Yeah.
On the next shot.
I think they're trying to slash that. I think still playing the intern side, but maybe slashing that onto the red on the button. Early timeout here, which I don't think they're running clocks here, but maybe just force a habit.
Yeah. They have a coach, so maybe he can can come out and have a conversation with them. I think they're thinking we're sitting 4 right now. Should we hit this rock? And I think the answer is yes.
Yes.
Yes, a hard yes. You're not in a steal situation right now, but with half a rock to come, it can add up pretty quickly. Because the problem is, if you don't hit that rock, what do? I think the last thing you want to do is throw a center guard on it.
No, you don't throw a center guard. You go draw top 4 and make a bigger wall. No.
There isn't a good spot to put a rock right now. It would be ideal to get rid of some of your rocks.
Yeah.
They're not helping you right now. But you still could get to a situation where if you hit yellow onto and you try to take out some of the reds with it, Kaitlyn could actually start like play a like if you were to try to hit that yellow onto the red that's on the button
Yeah.
and lose that as well,
Mhm.
Kaitlyn might actually have a triple, crotch the reds and make a triple.
Yeah.
Then you hit the open one, she comes around the guard, and all of a sudden, you've all of a sudden brought two into play. So I think the shot here is to just pick this out. Just straight pick this out like Kaitlyn Murray.
Yeah. This one's maybe a looked a hair wide out of hand, but definitely making contact and yeah,
Yep,
definitely picking
it's
up
a good
clean.
shot. Now I think you'll see Kaitlyn freeze into this pocket. No. Or that's not that's also like fine because she's just making a bigger pocket, right? So now she just wants to keep those rocks in play as much as possible. Tap this back a little bit, and it'll be a really, really tough rock to get rid of.
Oh yeah.
Your yellow.
Do you have to come this way though? Where you're going across the face, or would it be better to come the other turn?
She wants to hit it right on the nose.
Okay.
She wants to hit it right on the nose and just top it a bit. So top it like a rock and a half. I think it's just a preference. I mean, if you go the other way, the brim's going to be hidden behind the corner guard.
Yeah, sure.
Aesthetically, it's not nice to look at. This looks a little heavy.
Fujisawa is definitely happy to sweep that back, and
Yeah, so that's again just now I think it's you're less worried about taking out those rocks. I think it just goes out on the outturn side, like just
yeah,
hit
just send it
just
through
hit
the hole.
that and it's actually looking a lot nicer because now they're not bunched.
Yeah,
They're just
exactly.
all over the place. That was just a little bit more weight than you
Yeah.
wanted.
Should punch it through. It's just fine.
Now
No
I
need to
think
keep the shit
I
around.
think you're just dead. You're just dead freezing. Like I think the tap. I think you've lost your tapping. They're gonna whirl again. I don't know how you tap this in a way that makes it good for you.
Yeah.
I guess if you throw it a smidge hard and you just hit that back one and tap the other red over a tiny bit.
Yeah, just so much separation there, and it just
you're just
not really helpful.
they got a pretty easy in-turn smash. Like I think at this point you might just want to start freezing.
Yeah, the other consideration is like, is it with the rocks behind the 8-foot? Do you ever just hit and roll to your corner, maybe?
Yeah, it's not though. That's a decent call. I think again, like here, the idea is they almost made the perfect freeze, right?
Yeah.
And if you make the freeze, they blast it out, and then you could draw behind the corner and
Yeah.
sit at the second shot, maybe even shot, probably second shot.
Probably second, yeah.
But you could definitely start to put a little bit of pressure on them. I think that's what you're thinking. You're not thinking that the freeze that you were making there was going to score. What the freeze was going to make is open up the corner guards.
Yeah.
And it still might.
Oh. Wow. Over 1,000 people on the Krung Zone YouTube page.
Oh, wow. There you
Thanks for
go.
joining us tonight, guys. Hope means that we're bringing you some good content and hope you're enjoying the quality production brought to you by
Yeah, there's
Krung
some
Zone.
great shot making here too. So you've tuned in for an awesome game. And they got that.
A little bit of roll.
Okay, well that gives
There's
a little pocket.
Pocket on the side there, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I think that's where you go.
That's where you don't go to the back line. You know better than that.
I think you go right there. The obvious issue here is that you want to over curl this a little bit. That's really tight ice. You want to so they're freezing to the outside corner one.
Their outside corner one. Jeez,
The
yeah.
outside, the one on the 8 foot. That's
Yeah.
that. So they're freezing to the other. They're freezing to the corner of the outside of the rock.
Yeah.
Right. That's the idea. So they're not going to sit shot, which means that like they're going to have to make a play on shot rock. So it's going to give Fujisawa a choice. Like, do they try to hit it and make it easier for Kaitlyn, or do they try to sit two? Depending upon how far this goes over, that's the risk here, right? So Kaitlyn puts it a little bit farther over and makes it easier to draw to sit two.
First rock for Kaitlyn Laws. Looking for this corner freeze here. Don't mind a little bit of a bump here. Kristen on it for line. Kaitlyn asking to whoa here.
It looks
This
like
is
it's
on
gonna
the other
move
one.
a tiny bit.
Oh,
And that's not the one that they wanted to hit, because that actually opens up the. That will now go.
Yeah, that goes pretty cleanly.
Yeah.
Well, even if you lose everything in the back there, even if you lose the 3 on the wing there.
I think it actually goes without even hitting the back red. I think it'll just like if you have half a rock on the center line side,
Yeah.
it hits that red. 3/4 is perfectly ideal. Nose gets it. Almost there aren't too many ways that you actually that this goes bad for you.
It's hard to
really thin on the outside, maybe, and hitting in the crotch would be bad, but anywhere nose hit gets it. Anywhere on the inside, if it crosses a tiny bit, just don't want to be on the outside here. The outside could get you into a bit of trouble.
A bit tight. Gonna have to pitch it out there. Yeah, it should be.
Yeah, it looks fine. Good result too. Forces a draw.
Good result. Yeah.
Can't hit anything really. Could maybe hit.
Maybe.
Can't really hit the back one.
No.
I think that's ice for the draw.
Yeah.
Even though it's not on that tee line.
Above the tee, yeah.
I think I think she's playing the draw. She's move to the tee line. There you go.
Yeah, that's a big pet peeve of mine. Even though I know, it makes it a little bit easier to see if you go in front. Just always put it on the tee line.
That is also a pet peeve of mine. We have that in common.
I played with a skip that would go in front of the house. I'm like, are you sure? Like,
yeah, it changes the ice.
It changes the ice. Significant.
And when you're trying to remember ice, if all you have to remember is like one piece of data, like you don't have to remember, a horizontal and a vertical axis. You just have to remember one. It's just it's just twice as easy.
Final rock for Kaitlyn Laws. Looking for just bite
the
4.
We'll see. The last one just came up biting the top 8, so we'll see if she overthrows this. Doesn't look
just
looks okay.
Hit. Yep. A little bit going there, making sure it's there. That's a nice shot from Kaitlyn.
Beautiful.
So Kaitlyn draws for her single there. Team Fujisawa will get hammer up 4-2 in the 5th end just after this break. And we're back. Team Loss just getting back for a single there. Definitely wanted more after giving up this steal of 2 here, but didn't have much going for her. But Kaitlyn did make a good pressure draw to the pin to get her single.
Yeah, it's really she missed a draw in the 3rd end and then managed to be like a goldfish, like Ted Lasso said, and forget everything and put it right on the pin.
We'll see a tick attempt here.
Yeah.
Made and rolling the shooter pretty far out. So Kaitlyn will look to throw another center line guard. We're going to carve it over. Gotta get it to touching the center. It's got to get some room to touch the center line here.
Yeah, it's got to go.
And quarter a rock off there.
It's definitely made these guards be just a little bit more important.
Yeah.
This tick is just like a very easily. It's not an easy shot, right? But it's a makeable shot.
It is, yeah.
At this level, it's a very makeable shot.
This one's maybe gonna. Oh no, it's holding out there a little bit. So this is maybe hitting a little bit thicker than you want it. Is that gonna get to the side? Oh, Kaitlyn is trying. Wow, that is. Oh, and the other one's spot on. Oh, that's disgusting.
That's a great shot. Sometimes I wonder whether or not it would be better to have a couple of sweepers, like have your third up there and help.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I don't know. Is it too much to think? Like you take it right into that frost and it just stops.
Yeah.
And then
just dead.
they take it dead behind the corner guard. Just.
Yeah, and you run out of room with the barrier there. It's all right. So just gonna throw some center guards here, and
we're gonna have some center guards and some peels. So
yeah,
it's gonna be pretty interesting. One of my favorite parts about watching all this curling on YouTube is that you can just you can fast forward really fast.
Yeah.
You can't fast forward live. We're watching live curling here. But when you watch, if you're not watching this live right now, you can do a little FF because you're gonna see some peels and guard and peel.
Yeah. Peel is made.
No, I can remember playing in a game in a cash spiel before the free guard zone rule, and we won the game 2-1.
Oh.
And it was, but in that game, I'm telling you, in that game, I wasn't bored for 1 second of it. Playing the game, you just wanna. They throw a guard, you peel. It was really fast ice. It was really good rocks. It was pretty hard to nose hit a peel because the rocks were so lively. You understand though how the free guard zone rule changed the game and how this you can't tick if it's on the center line.
Yeah.
Can increase offense in this game.
Team Laws there electing to go behind the corner there, and Slane is really trying to get it over, and it's pretty open here.
Yeah, they got half a rock. The idea here is if you dead bury it and then they run the guard, then you just throw a center guard and you give them a choice of what they're going to play next.
I like this call. Yeah, I like it from both sides. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just get out here. Broom looks a little tight for this inside-out shot here.
Yes, it does, doesn't it? Looks like they're going to hit the guard, so
they're taking the guard.
Didn't get the result that
Where
they
is
were
this going to roll to?
Going to roll behind bury behind this little corner.
Is that? All right.
I think that might be off. So now I think you'll see a center line guard. could
Yeah,
split.
you split the rings. Those are the only
Yeah.
two options. Yeah. Oh, I don't like that.
I mean,
What's the
it is.
purpose of
It
that?
is.
Just trying to
So
steal?
the purpose of they're not trying to steal. I think the purpose of this is to just try to waste a couple of shots.
Oh,
If you
yeah.
throw a center line guard, they'll run the center line guard into this.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there is a risk with that, right? The center line guard would have to be probably where Kaitlyn's left foot is just to make it really tough. So this, what you do is you throw a half guard, they peel, and then you might see her start to get a little bit more aggressive with a better guard.
Yeah.
So it's really it's a patience thing, and it's a let's just waste a couple of rocks so that we're not doing this too early. I might try to hit this with an intern.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of like that guard placement. You show them a little bit here, you know?
Yeah.
'Cause honestly, if they wreck on this guard, and
They might
pop
send it
under
into the rings.
Yeah. So even in a tough
Probably
situation.
the shot is to just kind of walk up and rip this guard. Again, you never regret throwing a peel.
No. Yeah, 'cause you can peel it over. Well, yeah, unless you're worried about peeling
This
over
is
this.
this
That's
is
on the
not
side.
a hard shot, but it does increase the risk. If it does curl a little bit too much on you and you take the top one, you're just increasing your exposure in this end.
Sweeper's going hard to carve it in here. Should make
They're
good
gonna
contact.
they're gonna get a solid piece here, and they might even stay behind this one. Oh, that is
Well,
nasty too.
little courtesy sweep on the end behind the corners.
So now I think honestly, I think if you're Kaitlyn, you throw a center guard here. You're in it.
I mean, you have that guard there. You can center guard.
I sort of like a tight center. Make them take a run at this
Take
double
a run
peel.
at the double. Yeah.
You're gonna they're gonna take a run at this double peel no matter what. You can't really go on the rings because it's too tight. So you want to try to put a rock in a spot that makes this double peel a little tougher. This isn't a bad call.
No.
If you can get this rock dead buried, that double peel is a little tougher. I don't think you want to. This is gonna end up.
Let's say double peel here.
Freeze and jack to the back one. It might be jack to the one that's in the rings though, so that could be good.
Yeah.
There might be no way that they don't hit that. You might have got a lucky little break here.
Definitely some angles to consider here that you don't normally see.
Yeah, I think if you had half a rock on the top one on the board side,
Yeah.
where she's got her broom right now, it misses the back red.
Oof.
So I think if you hit less than half, you know what they say, a thin half. I think it misses the back.
Oh, big pop.
That is a lot of weight.
This is gonna be
not gonna hit it in
overkill.
half. So lots of mayhem.
Yeah.
Got a little bit better guard out of it. Now you got a piece of the forefoot. It's a smidge, still not quite tight. So you still have to. Now you want to come on the rings, and you're thinking about if you can get on the rings. You don't have to outcount those other ones, so you could just be a biter. Just make some separation here.
Yeah.
And then if she peels the top one, then you come around the one on the rings, and you hope she doesn't make the run back. You're in hope territory right now. Right?
Yeah. So
there's
do you ever just want to go maybe further back? I mean, you got plenty of room to work in the rings here if you go like back 8, back 12, right?
Yeah, the problem with back 8, they can hit and roll to the center. It's that's such a high guard that it's easy to remove. What you need to do here is throw a better guard That's what you're thinking about doing.
Yeah.
Almost anywhere that you put this in the rings, like if you put this in the rings on T line, they can hit it and roll out, like and roll away. I mean,
Yeah.
and now they're laying 3, and you're doing that again and hoping they miss the shot they just played. So you're hoping here that you make a better guard, top 12, they peel the guard, then you come around your rock, and then that's when you can go back 8. Because like you get out of this end with them with a force, and you're pretty happy.
Yeah.
You're not really in a steal situation. You're hoping for a force right now, and a solid miss, which we haven't seen out
No.
of. But
This
a
could
solid
be-
miss, you might get a steal.
This is gonna just wrap around the guard.
I think that's a good shot. It's not that bad. Like there's a good sized human being between the 2 rocks.
So Fujisawa just looking to draw open here.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah,
So again,
I mean,
she's not gonna make
ignore
the
it.
double. She's decided she doesn't want to try to make the double. There's some risk with the double peel.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I would be playing this turn, but there you go. Just trying to draw the back 4-foot.
Yeah.
Try to tease them into, like, if you can bite a piece of the 4-foot, I'm not sure that Kaitlyn can actually get buried and get a piece of the 4-foot. It's pretty tight because she wants to kind of overbury a tiny bit to ensure that you can't get it out.
Mm-hmm.
So they're trying to get just to bite the 4-foot. Puts a lot of pressure on. I think you'll see Kaitlyn play the hit and roll if she can get this.
Yeah, just have to roll for your life. Yeah.
So,
Sweeper's off this here, but I guess you can afford to be heavy. This one's coming in just maybe a hair hot. Ends up settling center line, back 8-foot.
Yeah, so you got a chance at getting shot and buried.
Yeah.
And then throw it and hope.
Yep.
Because if you can see any of it, if she can see any of it, she can throw a little hack weight out turner for 4 and handshakes. So you got your assignment is clear. Dead, buried, and probably right on the T line, maybe just above it.
Yeah.
You just bite the T line and you're shot.
We've been throwing this line pretty consistently now. Granted, it went for guards, bring it in the house here. And
well, they know the ice and they know the weight, and the ice doesn't seem to have changed. Although the sheet just to the left of, or our left, their right is off, which changes the ice a bit.
Yeah, we have had a couple of finals here. We can update you in next end here.
Well, if Kaitlyn doesn't make a good one here, there might not be a next end.
That's true. Final rock, Kaitlyn lost. Looking for a piece of the 4-foot. Buried.
Really trying to be buried, and just biting the T line would be perfectly ideal. Totally buried.
Sweeper's off this here.
This does not have a great line yet. Here it comes.
Starting to finish.
You see how far she got past that guard.
That is
it's not a bad result. It's
just
half a rock. This is it. This is a shot for handshakes. This is a shot for what would you like to drink. She doesn't. I think even if she doesn't stay,
Oh yeah, you don't. Yeah,
So,
it's
as long
3,
as you get that,
3 maybe 4.
it's 3 if she can. It's 3 if she can get rid of the yellow.
Yellow.
It's 4 if she can stay and get rid of the yellow. And it looks like she's playing the kind of weight, like you could think about playing the kind of weight where you just tap it like a foot and a half and get 2 and go
Yeah.
up 6-2 and you're in total control. You
Yeah.
could also play it where you just kind of like
Pick it out.
go like a normal and pick it and get 3 and there's handshakes.
Yeah.
She looks like she's playing in that middle part where it's like for the 4.
Yeah.
Which is again, this is a skips call. There's no wrong way to play this. The right way to play it is the one you feel that you can see and you can make.
Last rock for Fujisawa. Sets it off just a little bit. Sweeper's on it early for line. Both sweepers going now. Does clear the top one. Will it clear the second one?
It's fine.
I think it's good, yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Makes it, rolls towards the center, and that's a
4-bagger.
4-bagger, yeah. Doing a courtesy check to see if the other one's in there, and
I don't think it matters if they get 5.
yeah, I think they called it. Hard to see, but I think she called it 4. But
yeah,
no shakes.
It's definitely 4.
Maybe a discussion here. So,
do we want to play down 8-2?
Yeah.
3 to go.
That's the question for them here. Yeah, with team loss, this had some playoff implications, but we'll see. We'll see what they decide to do, and maybe I don't know if we'll cut to a break here and see what they decide.
Well, it looks like they're playing.
All right, we'll take a quick break, and we'll be back here for 6th end after this break.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We're still curling here. So, Fujisawa with a really nice, controlled weight shot in last end. Picks up 4. And we're playing on here. So, Kaitlyn had set up the corner guard, but they ticked it closer towards the center.
Yeah. Do you actually just throw a center guard here so they can't tick it? Or do you throw a guard and hope they tick it to a corner guard?
I almost think you maybe almost play like a split where you tick it towards the corner and roll towards the center. Or not towards the center, but towards the other side.
Yeah, it's a good question. Like I think you just need guards in play in places where they can't throw double peels because they're gonna throw some double peels.
Yeah, I haven't read too many curling books, but I don't know if there's a lot of help for down 6.
No, down 6, you're in the same mode they were in last end, which is hope for misses, and hope for misses is never a good strategy for curling.
Maybe at my level, not this level.
Right. When Fujisawa's team is playing how they're playing, the hope for miss strategy is not a positive one.
Yeah.
It doesn't end well.
So, we'll have the playoffs, I think, set for tomorrow morning. I'm not sure if there's going to have tiebreakers or what the format is, but it's looking like there's going to be quite a log jam here at 3 and 2 for this third pool. So take a quick peek at some of the other games. Einerson wrapped up early over Cameron 7-1. Team Granny up 4-2 over Hunkin. Galusha up 4-2 over Richards. Skrillick up 5-2 over Sturmay. Team Homan up 5-7 over Team Marks. Got a final in the Jones over Gray Withers. Tabata Martin all walked up 2 apiece in the 5th. Brown is up 6-2 over Anderson, and if that holds up, that's another set of teams that are in this pool here.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting. I've always wondered about the psychology of something like this. Like the beautiful thing about our sport is that you can actually shake hands and nobody thinks like, oh yeah, no, they shouldn't have quit. Like you never hear the commentators say, you got to hand it to them. They hung in there right to the end, right? Like
Yeah.
they didn't. They shook hands and they went upstairs and they regrouped.
Hmm.
And I sometimes wonder whether or not mentally when you're playing a game like this down 6, they in their shot history and their game history, they've come back from they've had some massive comebacks, but you don't expect it at this level right now.
No.
So like, what does this do to their mentality for tomorrow or any tiebreakers that are happening tonight? Like, does it make them better to grind like this and be missing just off the inch like this? Like that shot is not what they were calling for.
No.
And they're just missing a little. They're not missing a lot, right? Like they only missed by a foot there. Just if that's take that rock and put it and move it up and
Just right on top.
foot,
Yeah.
and it's perfect, right? So they're just missing a tiny bit, but those tiny bits just add up to your mental game, and they just eat at you a little bit. Sometimes I think it's better to just regroup and go upstairs.
Yeah. And they'll pick that rock out, so Team Laws will have a chance to make it better this time. Kaitlyn quick up there to put down the broom. Thanks to the people watching here. Curling's
Yeah.
on YouTube. Still just a shade under 1,000 watching a game that's 8-2, which is
Yeah. We lost a good 100 people after the take of 4, which is, that's legit.
yeah. I don't blame you. I was.
I
ready
don't
to
blame
sign
you
off.
either. I think we can confidently predict the winner of this game.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to just watch how it progresses.
That wasn't the call.
That wasn't the call, but again, it's not a bad shot. That I think you're going to see them just rip one of these guards, just start getting rid of some rocks. But
Yeah.
oh, look at that! They're
just gonna wrap around.
just going to wrap around because of course they are.
Yeah, why not? I mean, you have some liberties you can take here.
You're up 6. Why not come around? I mean, again, this is at a certain point, you're still feeling pretty confident. There's half an end to go, but you're still feeling pretty confident in everything that's going on tonight. So,
I guess the other thing too, someone had mentioned in the chat, some people probably have gone to work at this point.
oh, that's true.
This one is gonna wrap.
Yeah,
around.
I wasn't thinking that anybody who's watching from Japan is gonna leave because they're enjoying this right now. But
Oh, sure.
some other people might have just been thinking, you know what, it's 8-2. I might go to bed.
Yeah, fair. Combination of the two, I'm sure.
Where I am, it's 10:40 p.m.
Got 9:40 for me, and then there's some other curling on. I think the Cowboys Giants game. I think that's a blowout right now.
Oh yeah, it's NFL day.
It is. NFL and curling day. Got a good one here from Team Lost. It's gonna get around both.
That's a good looking
and
shot.
does
All right,
get-
now all they have to do is put another 3 more behind there.
Yeah. And maybe this is part of it, right? Just score another score here and then shake, possibly. I mean,
I guess, yeah. It's
they're playing back, They're playing it back to the home end.
They're playing him back to the home end because they didn't want to push him back. You get quarter rock here on the outside, and it probably gets the back one. Even if it doesn't, you get rid of some rocks.
Yeah. Gotta curl.
This is
Just
looking
a
pretty
little
close.
bit.
No, this is looking
Flash
perfect.
it. Oh,
That's fine. That's the way to miss that.
yeah.
Kaitlyn's got to throw this out turn draw around, and now you're just setting up a lot more rocks for them to run that red one into.
Yeah. Yeah, I think someone's asking about the tiebreakers in the chat. I'm not sure, guys. I don't know if it's a draw shot challenge or if it's gonna have some tiebreaker games late tonight. We'll try to find that out and let you guys know, but not sure right now.
So we're just trying to go back 4 foot here because you want to put 3 rocks back there. That's the thinking. Then they're going to run this red
into something.
It's not a bad spot. Could be a little deeper. Right now, it would be ideal that it would be deeper because right now there's a massive pocket there to run the red into both yellows.
Yeah.
Honestly, if they run the red into both the yellows, you might really seriously consider shaking because most of the rocks are down there now anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, anywhere high side and you're anywhere on the broom side,
yeah,
and
you're clipping something.
Gold. Even if you hit half a rock and you nut it into that back one and get rid of your shooter, it opens up the rock right behind the red rock. Like there's really no danger here. Maybe ticket is a danger, just like really flash it, but just been throwing it so well.
Yeah. Gotta get something.
Even
get one. Gets them both. Nice shot. And just their game tonight. All right, so
intern freeze to the back one. They talked about the outturn. She is leaving her gripper down at that end. Which leads you to believe that she has no intention of going down to the other end with a gripper after this end. So I think this is I would be interested to hear why they played the 6th end, but
yeah,
they played it.
They did.
They're playing it. They're communicating. They're talking.
Yeah, playing it out.
Yeah.
First of skips rocks for Kaitlyn Moss. The freeze to the back one. Sweeper's off this. Jocelyn just going a little bit clean. He's got plenty of room here. I think they want the weight to come off.
I think when she looks back on this game, she'll obviously it goes without saying, but the draw in 3rd end with the steal of 2 is one that she'll want back.
Yeah.
If she puts that in, it's a different game. That really was a massive momentum swing. And it just made things just a little tougher.
Yeah, they're chasing all
Let's start chasing and yeah, they had an okay end set up in the next end in the 4th end, but ended up being forced to 1, and then of course you just kind of go for it. And it's fine, right? Like if you're gonna lose. Like there's nothing wrong with it. That you think about that end and if make that your 2-2. It's all those what could have been and
the what ifs,
and sometimes you don't even want to reflect on those as a team. You just want to go upstairs and regroup and figure out what the tiebreakers are and or if you're out, what you're playing next time.
Yeah, we're curious to see what the tiebreakers are. Can't. Last rock for Fujisawa, probably last rock of the game for them. Looking to just put something on the tee line here. Oh, that's moving sideways at the end there.
Yeah, look at it go.
Yeah, and a good sweep there to cover.
Kaitlyn's got an out-turn draw to the edge of the button to get her one, or a little hit and roll.
Little hit and roll.
At least she's got a smile on her face, and she's
throw the spinner. Throw the spinner.
She's definitely not taking a ton of ice.
Is this a quiet hit and roll or?
I think she called the draw, but this looks like pretty tight ice, so maybe she's throwing some rotation. She sort of indicated a hit and roll, but then said, no, let's draw. It's taking a bit more ice there, but not much. I would, she's definitely drawing.
Yeah. Final rock, Kaitlyn lost. Looking for a piece of the button. That's off. Good rotation, not a spinner.
So I think there are draws to the button for hammer.
Yeah.
Where are going to end up being the tiebreakers. So the cumulative draws to the button.
Going to chip off that one and
not enough.
Not enough.
Looks like it's going to be a steal of deuce.
Yeah, steal a 2 for Fujisawa.
I'll
look over it really quick.
They're mathematically almost out of this game, so I think they have to shake.
Yeah.
Well, that was a very well played game by Fujisawa and the whole team. They made a lot of really good little hack weight hit and rolls and made a lot of great shots.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely an impressive game by Fujisawa, and it's scored not quite reflective of how tight it was, but yeah, it was that big steal of 2.
Yeah.
It's changed everything in the game here.
Big steal of 2, a couple of really good ticks in the fifth end to get those little outside biters, and then they couldn't hit them at any point, and away they went with a big take of 4 to absolutely solidify the win.
Yeah. So we'll see how everything shakes up for the playoffs. But for those of you here at home curious, head on over to Curling Zone. They'll get that updated as soon as they get that information.
Yeah.
But anything else, Matt?
No, it was a lot of fun. Thanks for doing this.
Yeah.
And thanks everybody for watching.
All right, guys. Have a good night. Thanks for watching.
Good night.